Ghost Month.
Ghost Month.
Welcome to Ghost Month.
Yeah. Ghost Month is one of the most important high religious festival periods in the Taiwanese folk religion. And for an entire month, they basically believe that the gates of hell have opened up and ghosts roam the earth. And these ghosts are ancestors, but also there's a selection of ghosts that are just wandering spirits. So there's a real fear that these spirits are going to attack you or hurt you or, I guess, hop into your bed. But during this time, they have a ton of festivals like the Geelong Boat Burning Festival or Changgu, where they climb giant poles that are greased up.
Just giant poles that are greased up.
I mean, it's,
no context, it just seems...
They sacrifice a lot of animals such as pigs and fish and chicken, basically try to appease the spirits that are on the earth. And there's also a lot of fear. Maybe a Christian doesn't fear it as much, but they still have to deal with constant smoke from sacrifices, loud noises, fireworks, and sometimes the traffic on your street shutting down to a halt because there's a parade and you can't read the Chinese in the elevator that told you the parade was happening.
We asked some of our friends, our Taiwanese and American friends, what beliefs they had about Ghost Month or what other superstitions they have in the West.
你相信什么鬼月传说呢？
我不相信。
鬼月传说，在家里面不可以撑伞。
我不相信，可是我会怕。
你怕哪一个？
我怕鬼。
就是小时候会觉得有鬼。
还有鬼月的时候不能去海边玩。
Is there any American legends that you believe?
Or superstitions?
I'm not really familiar.
那你小时候你相信吗？
也不相信。
你爸？
可是我的爸爸妈妈会说不可以去游泳，但是我不相信。
Do you believe in ghosts? No ghosts? Wow, so brave.
Have you ever picked up a penny on the ground for good luck?
I picked it up because it's money.
Fair enough.
If you walk under a ladder, it's bad luck. So I think as a kid, I didn't want to walk under ladders. I would walk around them.
所以特别是7月我会提早回家。
就是去海边，然后他们会找替死鬼，带他们去死这样。
Well, my mom used to always say that if you eat the watermelon seeds, then a watermelon plant will grow in your stomach.
因为我们都是基督徒，所以我的家人都告诉我说，你只要相信上帝，所以不需要害怕有鬼会来找你。
如果你想要上岸的话，然后会有东西把你往水里面拉，然后你就没有办法上岸，然后就会死掉，这个最可怕。
好，谢谢你。
不客气。
So during Ghost Month, they actually don't like to use the word ghost because they think if you say the word ghost, the ghost will think you're calling them. And they don't want to make the ghost mad. They don't want to bring attention to themselves by saying ghost. And then a bunch of ghosts come to find me because I called them by name. So they usually actually call ghosts good brothers is the English translation of the Chinese. The Chinese is 好兄弟. And so they're not actually like wonderful siblings. They're ghosts that we don't want to offend.
They're being polite. During this time, there is a lot of fear in and around Taiwan. And so because of that, Taiwan has kind of set up a system of rules of kind of like do's and don'ts during Ghost Month. For example, like some of these would be like don't go swimming or 不宜戏水. They believe that if you go swimming during this time, there's ghosts in the water that will essentially try to come and like drown you. So a lot of people just don't really like swimming that much in Taiwan in general, but especially during this month.
Don't stand too close to a wall. Walls are typically colder and damper, and ghosts like that, and they'll be there more often. I don't think in Taiwan during Ghost Month, because it's in the summer, there is actually ever a damp, cold wall.
I actually saw you can't even run a stick next to a wall because it can the ghost can get stuck on the stick. Okay, so another taboo that is popular is you cannot look back. So if someone calls you or if you think you see something behind you, you're not supposed to turn your head. You need to turn your whole body because there is a belief that every person has 3 fires on them, 2 on your shoulders and 1 on your head. And these are like your soul fires. If you turn your head, the fire will go out. And then if you have one of the fires gone, you're like more susceptible to a ghost possessing you.
I really like this one. You're not allowed to take pictures at night because you might like catch ghosts like stuck in your selfie?
At night on the news, they're like, students at this college took a picture and there was a ghost in the tree.
I think that's actually like a lot of Western like scary movies have that too. I don't know, I used to watch shows like Montel growing up, and there was always like this...
Montel Williams?
Yes.
That's a scary Western show?
No, but he used to always have like this psychic that would come on to the show.
Sylvia, were either one of my daughters ever important in a past life of mine?
No, and neither were any of us.
And people would bring like photos from their home of like pictures that they saw with like ghosts in the background or something. So I think that's also in Western beliefs.
I used to watch Mari, be like, you are not the poltergeist. You're like, no! So one taboo is you can't tap people on the shoulder, because if you do, you could knock that little flame of the shoulder out, and that could make them susceptible to spirits. Also, I think there's just the idea too of like, if you're tapped on the shoulder, don't turn around and answer it, because it could be a ghost instead of like someone you know. So you want to be kind of like, oh, guys tapping me on the shoulder, just gonna walk forward and ignore it.
Another really crazy one is you're not supposed to call somebody by their name during this time.
Oh, Kevin! Is that what this thing's name is? You seem more like a Chet to me.
Because if I was like, hey, Kylie, and a ghost heard that, he will forever remember her name. Not just this month, but forever. And I don't know what he does with that information.
Finds me, kills me, possesses me.
Yeah, it's important.
I was thinking it looks you up on Facebook.
I did hear you're especially not supposed to say someone's first and last name. Like, first name is bad enough, but then if you say both, then you're like, toast. I want to say taboo. Taboo. What is that from? And why do I not know it?
It just like sounds like a ghost.
No, there's something.
Kylie.
No, not that. Just say his name. Please, say his name.
Grow some hair and leave the house!
All the ghosts go to him.
So another taboo is 不要在半夜吹口哨. So at midnight, you cannot whistle because ghosts might think you're whistling for them and they will follow you.
不要在室内撑伞. Is that what I'm saying? 撑伞, but yeah, 撑伞.
One more time. Say it again.
不要在室内撑伞. Alright.
It's great.
I've had requests from Andrew Rowe to speak Chinese. One of the things is you're not supposed to open an umbrella indoors. Us Westerners actually share this tradition.
Another rule is 不要在半夜晒衣服, which means like you can't hang your clothes out to dry at night because it's sort of similar to like the wall thing. Ghosts like those damp, cold places like cockroaches, and that's where they want to hide.
One says they use it to disguise themselves, which that to me is also weird. If like somebody comes in wearing
Look
a
at the
shirt.
Probably normal.
Yeah, just floating by, you're kind of like, I don't think it's a ghost.
Get out of him!
Okay, so those were like the biggest top 10 that we found that were the most common that people believe in. But then there were some other really strange ones. We found like a total of like 30 different taboos that you can't do during Ghost Month, and some of them to us just seem ridiculous, and I've never heard of them before until I found them on random websites. So we also made a list of the ones that we thought were the funniest and weirdest, scariest, those kinds of things.
I thought the funniest one was if you place your shoes near your bed, they can't point into the bed, because for some reason that gives a signal to a ghost that you're inviting them into the bed, and they might hop into the bed with you, which is just like a weird idea that like you're in bed at like 11 p.m. and then this ghost jumps in and it's like, hey, you want to be friends?
Some of the scariest taboos that we found were at midnight you cannot brush your hair in front of a mirror, and that's because ghosts can see you and they can come through the mirror.
Kind of like Bloody Mary, where like you're not supposed to say that in front of a mirror at midnight, otherwise I guess she tries to murder you. So one of the weirdest ones we saw was you shouldn't bend over and look through your legs because there might be a ghost there behind you, which is just, I felt like it just has to be unsaid, like, because there's very rarely, like, I don't even know if I'm flexible enough to just be walking, bend over, look between my legs and find a ghost. And if I did, I'd be more impressed with my athleticism at that point.
So
I'd be like, okay, take me, ghost. I've made it. We did it. I've been waiting for this day.
Essentially, there's no yoga during this time.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jake, what was your favorite taboo that you saw?
My favorite was 不要在室睡椅小便. Don't urinate on trees because it upsets the ghosts in the trees or the tree gods. I feel like all year round you're not supposed to urinate on the trees because the tree gods will be mad. But during Ghost Month, the tree gods and the ghosts are hanging out in the tree.
Extra bad.
Yeah.
My favorite is 不要在室内撑伞. And that goes back to you cannot open up an umbrella indoors. The only reason why this is my favorite one is because outside of where we work, there's tons of open umbrellas, like daily, because it rains all the time. I just find it kind of hilarious that people in our building tolerate that.
We are a haven for ghosts.
Essentially. It's like a graveyard out there.
It's a ghost lobby.
My favorite one was 不要出脚毛. So this is, you can't shave your legs during Ghost Month, which to me is just disgusting on a whole different level.
Yeah. Yep. It's going to be different for the...
you didn't give the countdown! You didn't give the countdown!
They say one leg hair can scare away 3 ghosts. So like the more leg hairs you have,
just one,
you have way more ghosts afraid of you. Personally, I would also be afraid of you. And then I wonder, like, what happens if I don't shave? Like, what if I have the hairiest legs? But then I pee on a tree. Jake, what happens then? It's like I have so many questions.
Yeah, it brings up a lot. I don't know what the answer is, but this does bring up the fact that swimmers shave their legs. Ghosts in the water. That's why...
Extra dangerous.
Extra dangerous for swimmers.
So, Americans don't really know what Ghost Month even is. But we do have a lot of 都市传说. What are some examples of like American superstitions that we have?
Throwing salt over your shoulder for good luck.
Don't walk under a ladder.
Don't step on a crack or you'll break your mama's back. Sorry, Mom.
Pick a penny up. All day long you'll have good luck.
Another one is if you break a mirror, you'll have 7 years of bad luck.
Keeping like your fingers crossed if like, one, if you're telling a lie, but then also like, if you like want something to happen, you might cross your fingers. I think I do that subconsciously sometimes. I'm like hopeful. I'm like, ah.
If a black cat walks across your path, you'll have 7 years of bad luck.
The number 13 is bad luck.
If you like say something that might happen that's bad, but like you don't want it to happen, like, wow, I hope there's no rain today. But then maybe I think, oh no, I said that, so now there's gonna be rain. Then knock on wood 3 times and it won't happen. So we've shared a lot about all these different rules and taboos for Ghost Month, but as Christians, we don't believe that there's something that we need to be constantly aware of or afraid of, because we believe that God is protecting us. So for us, it's not really a scary time of the month, and for many Taiwanese Christians, it isn't either, but at the same time, we know for other Taiwanese, they are afraid of a lot of these things. So we do try still to be sensitive to them, but sensitive not because we're afraid, just sensitive because these are our friends.
Some things seem really random and you don't have like a purpose behind it. But then that's the idea of like these rules. But then you look at the Bible and there's a lot of rules. And I feel like sometimes when we don't understand stuff,
it's easy for us to make fun of it.
Yeah, make fun of it, it doesn't exist. But then when you look at the scriptures, like there's this realistic question of like, if I follow the laws of God and do what God wants, what if the cause and effect of that is far more spiritual or supernatural than I would think? And so by doing good, the results are something I wouldn't even fathom because I'm connecting my earthly kind of results to it. So I just think that's an interesting thing.
So, thank you guys again so much for watching this episode. What are we calling this episode?
We don't have a name for it.
Thank you guys again so much for watching another one of our episodes of the 3 of us together as we...
That's a great name.
Thank you guys again so much for watching this episode of Pilgrimage Films. We hope that you learned something, or maybe if you didn't learn something, teach us something in the comments below about Ghost Month.
We are actually going to put a list of all the rules that we found of Ghost Month in the description. We found like 30 of them, so you can read that, and if there's some that we didn't mention, tell us in the comments.
Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, share the video if you can. Until next time, be safe out there, friends. The good brothers are watching.
Did you want to do your ghost voice thing?
Ghost! Or like...